What is Heroclix? Heroclix is a miniature war game where two players pit teams of superheroes against each other. From Doctor Strange and the Hulk to Batman and Bizarro, any hero or villain from almost any comic can be played with or against any other.
Using the different powers and abilities from anyone you want, you build a team to take down the opponent's team. Each character has a point cost, how valuable they are, how useful they are in a fight. And each game has a point limit, how powerful your entire team is that you have to fit your team under.
Between characters and items, the standard games are played at either 300 or 400 points. Join me and Jordan as we enter the game fresh from an 8-year break.
There's a lot to learn in the modern game, and all of our old pieces are just outclassed by the newer ones. Building a competitive HEROCLIX team can be expensive, but not very hard.
With online tools such as Troll and Toad or eBay and local collectors, a topping team is just a few clicks away. So we're going to challenge ourselves.
No trading pieces. We may open some expensive figures that don't work with our strategy and want to trade them for more useful guys within our local scene, but that would be too easy.
No buying pieces. Again, a few clicks and a mail delivery man standing between us and a full team is still too easy.
Starting with a full break of 10 packs from a set of our choice and a budget of $60 a week, me and my co-host David will build a team entirely out of sealed product with the goal of topping a regional event. This is HEROCLIX Out the Pack.
Alright guys, we're going to get into this right now. I chose a Avengers Fantastic Four Empire set. I like Fantastic Four more than anything else that was an option. And David, what'd you choose?
I chose the X-Men Rise and Fall, one of the most recent X-Men sets. I like the X-Men a lot. Unfortunately, I've already opened my box. It was the inspiration to start this series, was me opening my box. I have my figure set off to the side and my cards with me, but I will not be opening any of my stuff today because I did it off screen already. Jordan will be opening his today.
So we've got the Legacy card for Captain America. We'll see if this piece is decent. We've agreed that if we pull the card for it, we can get the figure at no cost. Just because this is technically a legal figure now, but I can't get the figure out of my booster.
Yep.
So we're getting right into my first brick, my first booster. And we're starting off with Golden Oldie, Kitty Pryde, The Thing.
Kitty Pryde's got the thing
on Brawn, and Beast. What'd you get on your first?
All right, for my first, I got these guys. I got a Sabretooth, Impulse, Silver Swordsman, Sebastian Shaw, and Chi-On. I don't know how to say that thing. Sebastian Shaw comes with the booklet for the Krakoan Revival Bystander pad. This ability seems kind of crazy. So we might have to run him just to gain that ability, because that ability is kind of nuts.
Yeah, Beast is kind of good. I'm glad that he's an Avenger, because I really don't want to go with X-Men since you open mostly X-Men Rise and Fall. I'm hoping for more FF stuff. I had back in the day the new Fantastic Four when they did Wolverine and Ghost Rider and all them. Ooh, we got Bubbly Wrap.
Oh my god, that thing's massive. What the? Who is that?
Thor.
That's a Thor. That's crazy.
That's the chase?
That's the chase. That's the chase. Second pack chase. That is a solo if I've ever seen one.
Oh my god, look at these stats. 12, 13, 19, 6 with a range of 9.
Probs.
Hitting you across the board. Is that a move and attack? Charge, running shot, and sidestep. All on the first one.
Obviously.
When Thor clears 2 action tokens, give him a Power Cosmic token. So he just gets Power Cosmic?
Yeah, literally running him at 300 points doesn't seem awful.
No, that's, yeah.
It's probably not great, but it doesn't seem awful.
We got a Daredevil. We've got Blue Wolverine, which I'm cool with because I wanted the Blue FF stuff. You got the Hulk, well, Joe fixed it specifically, Spider-Man, Wolverine, and Ghost Rider become the new Fantastic Four. So they're pretty cool.
And then from my pack, slightly less exciting than his chase. Although, actually, this has a chase in it as well. It's just not as cool as that one. Herbert Blackheart Wyndham, I guess. I don't know. He's not an X-Men, so I'm probably not going to be running him, but he's definitely an interesting piece to take a look at to build around in the future. Dakin, Longshot. This Longshot piece is pretty cool, as well as this Colossus piece, and a Sentinel. The Sentinels seem very interesting, but I'm not sure if they synergize very well with my X-Men team, so we'll have to take a look at those a little more carefully to see if they go on my team.
Alrighty, we have Deadpool.
Ooh.
We got a broken figure.
What the heck?
Human Torch. It's okay, we got super glue.
True, we'll stick it back in.
We've got Kree Soldier.
Oh, like actually broke.
Yeah, Jean Grey. Jubilee. I didn't realize how much X-Men were in this set, or else I probably wouldn't have got it.
Well,
not that, nothing against X-Men. And we got Deadpool. I'm down with Deadpool.
That's nice. Going into my set, I got this Mimic. It's crazy. I got to play test my team a little bit because I've had my box open for a day or two. This Mimic is nuts, as well as this Lilandra Naramani. These two figures are crazy. These are kind of the core of my team. I also, spoilers, I have a Professor X as well that goes with her. It's kind of forming the backbone of my X-Men team right now that I'm going to try and branch out from. We also got a Mystique, who is an X-Man or Mutants of Brotherhood, a Darwin, and a Skinless Man.
It's all downhill from here, right?
Exactly, yeah, you got the chase already.
We already got the chase. So we've got Hulkling, Onomi, Wasp.
No, Wasp is cool.
Bedlin, and Madam Hydra.
Ooh, Madam Hydra's dope.
All right, what'd you get?
All right, moving my next team in. We got Multiple Man. I only have one Multiple Man, so he's not very multiple. But I do have two of this Hellfire Club guard, which is interesting. I could branch out into a Hellfire Club team. I have a lot more X-Men than I do Hellfire Club guys, but these figures are kind of nuts. We also got an Iceman, Kid Gladiator with the X-Men trait, and the Eric the Red as one of the Shi'ar.
I mean, getting back into Heroclix, the lower point values have really shot up in what they do.
Yeah, they're definitely a lot more powerful than they used to be. Yeah. That's for sure.
Because it used to be, they would just have really high point values on shit that was moderately good. And now it's definitely a different game.
Yeah, it's a much faster game. I'm still enjoying it. I'm liking it.
Ooh, what I got? I got the blue Spider-Man.
Ooh, Spider-Man.
Down with that. We got Monica Rambeau.
Ooh.
So, and it looks like
that's cool.
We've got Rexor, Rocket, and Storm.
My next group, as Professor X falls over. We've got Smasher to go with the Shi'ar's group, the second Hellfire Club guard. This Professor X has the unique ability to let me trade out 5 of my characters that share a keyword with him, which is probably going to be X-Men, from my sideline into my main force when I reveal forces. We also got a cool Mr. Sinister figure and a Deken. Being able to hate out certain teams, I think, is going to be a big advantage to my X-Men team, at least in the beginning.
I see a Skrull.
Ooh.
I see She-Hulk.
Skrull Spider.
We got a Super. Super is Quee. Not familiar with that character. We've got Captain Marvel with the hammer. I'm always down with this Guardian Marvel.
That's cool.
Ghost Rider, Robbie Reyes specifically, which is cool. I'm glad I have a Robbie now. Skrull Spy, and She-Hulk.
That's a cool looking She-Hulk. I've got my next group of 5 as well. We got Marvel Girl, Exodus. Again, in playtesting, this card, this figure is kind of crazy. He starts with the leadership on his first click, and between the Lilandra, Professor X, him, and potentially a Cyclops if I can fit out my team, and Mimic, all copying leadership, my guys just never have action tokens, is what I've realized. Arclight fits into the Shi'ar game plan if I want to kind of go harder into that, along with this Shi'ar Soldier, and then Warpath as well. Probably going to start with X-Men, and then at least at the very beginning.
This is so Quee from the comics Celestial Messiah. He's a Mayan deity, from what I'm reading here.
Cool.
Kind of a build around, makes some bystander tokens, which is kind of cool to always generate something. Figure seems just as crazy as Thor's figure. I mean, we've got a full dial here.
Jesus Christ. Those some big numbers.
Yeah, and he's got a big trait on him, so we can look at this as possibly a build around. I know there's a lot of little figures in the meta currently where people are trying to get as many props on their team as they possibly can. I see Magneto.
Cool Magneto figure.
So maybe work something in there if we can. But we got Magneto. We're always happy with a Magneto. We've got Venom Wolverine to add to my Venom set.
That's very cool.
And it's X-23. We got Rogue. This was
That's a cool Rogue
X-Men.
figure. I like that Rogue figure. Dazzler,
and Black Bolt. But it's a Kree Black, or it's a Skrull Black Bolt.
Blackagar, Boltagar. Well, speaking of Magneto, I also pulled Magneto. Very similar figure, but mine is standing and not being as triumphant. Tilted a little. Yeah, we got a Wolverine, which is nice. Wolverine's always good. Blades Claws Fangs on basically any Wolverine figure. Always nice. For just potential high damage. Shadow King, a Magneto. Got a Blob and a Brood.
We paid attention to the Magneto, but this is a super rare. The Venom Wolverine is a super rare.
Yeah, it's a cool ass figure.
She is only 6 clicks, but stays high on damage the entire time.
That's good.
We've got
more
something flaming. Alrighty, so we've got Quicksilver,
That's
Rocket,
a cool figure.
a different Torch, Rocket, Torch, Invisible Woman, and another Skrull Black Belt.
I like how they do the kind of invisible characters in the see-through white. It looks very cool.
Like
Kind
they
of
did with the
Black
Iceman with the another
Black
Agar.
All right.
We have
I got Callisto, Raza, another Shi'ar soldier, kind of getting some X-Men guys here, and then some Shi'ar guys here. Going with the Shi'ar theme, we've got an Omega Red, and rounding out the X-Men, we've got Polaris.
We're down to our last two. We've already pulled 2 supers and a chase, so maybe we get a prime out of here. And that would be, you know, just icing on the cake. So we've got Super Captain America.
That's cool. Go with your legacy card.
A rare. Yeah, that's not how that works.
Yeah, I know.
We've got a rare.
We got a big old sword. What the heck? Oh, my claws have a big old sword.
Is this Doc? Nope, this is Wiccan. So Wanda's kids.
Hey, you got Wiccan and
Skrull Spy.
Speedster Man.
And a Kree soldier.
That's fun. I only have 4 figures here. I did pull a couple extra duplicates of other figures, but I left those at home because they weren't meaningful duplicates like Brood or the Hellfire Club Guard or the Shi'ar soldier. But we got Blackheart. This figure seems nuts. I haven't been able to play with it a whole lot yet because I've mostly been playing my X-Men team. But if I start building around Hellfire Club, this Blackguard is going to be the absolute build around for that team. This card is kind of crazy. And then we've got Cyclops and Havoc to round out some more X-Men guys, and the second Brood I was talking about earlier.
For 100 points, this Captain America is fucking gross.
That's what? Why does he have 1,000,000 clicks on 100? That's dumb. He never dies. He's immortal. What the heck?
Pretty good. Let's get that last prime. Let's get a prime.
Yeah. I was able to open a chase and a prime in mine. So.
We got a super. And it's Venom Rogue.
Ooh, that's
so cool. It's another Venom to add to my Venom.
That's cool. You could take a Venom team maybe, a symbiote team.
I'm a little low on it.
Not like currently, but potentially in the future.
Yeah, no, I intend to pick up the Venom pieces because they're really cool. Yeah. And they're technically crossovers, which is, you know, my jam.
True.
We've got Wolverine and Beaster reprints, or repeats, Iron Man, and...
That's a cool Iron Man thing.
Zaven? You ran out, right?
Yeah, because I'm...
duplicates?
Yeah, I have a whole pack of duplicates that are sitting at my desk at home.
This is Guardians of the Galaxy Iron Man. That's kind of cool.
Oh, that's very cool.
Rogue is Brotherhood, Codex, X-Men, and Monster.
That's nice. If any of the Venom characters have the Spider-Man team ability, or any of your Venom characters get the team player team ability, being able to copy her X-Men or her Brotherhood things can be really nice. Yeah, she's got 2 targeting, so she can hit 2 people and then just deal 1 damage to each and then pick up abilities. And with our new figures, we took our teams down to Isle of Games, the local gaming shop for Heroclix, only to find out that it was the Disney Plus pre-release week. So we were going to be playing some draft instead of the figures that we opened. This is my first pack here. We got a Darcy Lewis, Scarlet Witch, Gamora, Daughter of Thanos, the Spider-Man with the cape, and a Doctor Strange Supreme. In the second pack, we got a second Gamora, Monica Rambeau, Agnes, Loki, and Tommy. Thankfully, I got the cloak for the Doctor Strange from the Spider-Man because this Strange is an absolute house in Limited. He is my main game plan for this entire event. Unfortunately, I don't actually have a theme team because the Strange is only mystical. There's only freaking keyword. Darcy's part of the main game plan here of just making Strange one-shot machine, so we do have to keep him, and hopefully we can just one-shot our way to victory.
Alright guys, we got my 2 packs here. We open up the first one, we get Captain Carter, we get Vision, Gamora, Daughter of Thanos, Halloween Vision, and Ralph Boner. Didn't really consider Halloween Vision. Second pack was another Captain Carter, Scarlet Witch, Mobius and Mobius, Jimmy Woo, and Miss Minutes. Miss Minutes is an absolute boss. I used a utility piece. I decided to go with my heaviest hitters, 2 Cap Carters, 1 Miss Minutes, and 1 Mobius and Mobius to TK them out there. Just go for a straight up aggressive strategy. We'll see how that works out.
Alright guys, this was my game 3 of the pre-release event. I'm running my Mystics team with the Doctor Strange and a bunch of supporting pieces to just let him one-shot. The team I was up against was a bunch of random Avengers guys, I think. Some of his guys have stealth, but my Doctor Strange can see through stealth. So that was the game plan there, was to set up the support squad and run in and have Doctor Strange one-shot his entire team. And we're executing that plan right now. We summon Mr. Scratch, which gives Doctor Strange +1 attack and +1 damage. Darcy can flex up his attack, and he has range combat expert, so he hits for a lot very easily as we delete Sharon Carter. He will run his Star-Lord T'Challa. He has 1 lower point Star-Lord T'Challa that just kind of does some damage, and then the other Star-Lord T'Challa is the higher point one that pulse waves. And that is annoying when my entire team is Mystics. He does manage to take out Mr. Scratch. He crits himself on the good Star-Lord. I just kind of have to take a turn off, sidestep utility myself out of the way while I pick up the cloak that can allow me to maneuver my way around the battlefield a little easier. He runs his T'Challa up and pulse waves me. This ignores Mystics. I am new to Pulse Wave's shenanigans. Because otherwise he would have killed himself, I think, on his own Mystic's damage there. He runs the Zemo to attack my Darcy. He doesn't manage to hit the Darcy, but Falcon running in, taking her out pretty quickly. Doesn't have a whole lot of life on her. Especially after the Pulse Wave 1-2. Then he summons Red Wing off of the Falcon. This piece is crazy. He outwits my Senior Scratch summoning ability with Agatha because it is a damage power. And Doctor Strange goes pew pew, one-shots Baron Zemo, and does some damage to Falcon while Scarlet Witch kicks the Pulse Waver away. He does some damage back to my Scarlet Witch, dropping her. It's 2 of my support pieces down. But Agatha is the best of the support pieces. So he runs the Falcon in, tries to take her out, and does some damage to her, but I miss my Super Senses roll, so she does get some hit. I managed to hit my willpower roll, which is very good right here, because we do need to sidestep carry Agatha away and start shooting people with Strange. The Scratch is still not outwitted for this turn, so we summon him up and go blast him. We managed to do 1 damage to the Red Wing and take out Falcon. Senior Scratchy does manage to run over and grab Red Wing and activate him for me, so I can try to line up some outwits later. He manages to Pulse Wave the whole squad, dropping Agatha because she was on her stop click. I miss my willpower here, which is not ideal. And I run the Red Wing in. I outwit his Pulse Wave, but he outwits my outwit and Pulse Waves me. Very funny. Doesn't do any damage to Strange, but it does drop the Red Wing. He picks it up and runs it away because he just doesn't want me to have it right now. Strange runs around, rolls some damage, and we just kill Skinny Steve because he does succeed on his shape change on the annoying T'Challa. T'Challa runs up and Pulse Waves me. And this is basically the name of the game from here. I go pick up the Red Wing after knocking it down to try and line up a turn where I can outwit the T'Challa's Super Senses and have Doctor Strange try and hit him for most of his life, or at least knock him off the Pulse Wave click. But I'm unable to line this up until time is called. I think the next round I would have had it.
All right, guys, this is my game 1. We've got 2 Captain Carters trying to utilize their range and their close combat expertise because they're kind of a well-rounded piece. So we move 1 Carter up carrying Miss Minutes, and we move the other Carter halfway up. Mobius stays. He moves his Baron Zemo. Didn't realize that Zemo had a special outwit that dealt damage to adjacencies, which is kind of annoying. He goes and hits the first one, dealing Miss Minutes 1 point of damage. Moves Loki and Sylvie up, keeping them together. Moves up Monica Rambeau. I try to attack Rambeau from range with Captain Carter. He hits a shape change. I try to dual in-cap Zemo and Monica. We fail the first one, but Miss Minutes has that props, so we go ahead and we re-roll here, and then we succeed on this dual in-cap. We then move up the other Captain Carter to base Monica Rambeau so she can't shoot. He does the outwit again, dealing damage, moving B-15 behind Captain Carter to flank her, giving me another headache piece. And then I move Mobius up. I try to attack Monica. He fails his shape change. I fail hitting her, but we re-roll. I succeed, and he hits a Super Senses on Monica because that piece is amazing. We move Miss Minutes up to dual in-cap Monica and Hunter B-15 just to try to lock him down for a turn. Succeeds on his shape change, and we fail on our in-cap on B-15. Then we have Loki shooting the first Carter, dealing her 2 damage. I use the second Carter to hit B-15. I only needed a 7 here. I got doubles, so he did knock her back. And then he brings Winter Soldier around to shoot Carter, hits her for 2. And then he's taking range shots at the top Carter with the Loki, dealing another damage. We try to use Mobius' free attack here. We fail. We attack into Monica again with Captain Carter. He fails his shape change. We go ahead and roll, succeeding on hitting her. He goes and rolls for Super Senses and fails. We deal her 4 damage. It was a big hit. And then we try to dual in-cap with Miss Minutes, Zemo, and Monica. We hit, giving them a token each. Miss Minutes can hit all day long. We go Super Senses on Monica, and she fails. He then moves up B-15 to the second Carter and attacks Zemo into Mobius, dealing him 2 damage. I attack into Monica on my turn. He Super Senses and fails. Shape change and succeeds. And then we have Loki popping into Captain Carter, missing. Second Loki popping into Captain Carter. She hits, deals 3 damage. He then attacks B-15 into the other Captain Carter, dealing 1 damage. We then move Mobius over to the Loki, or we're going to the Loki pair, and we're trying to hit old Loki. We miss on the hit. We try to hit B-15, do 3 damage and KO her, and then we try to in-cap Baron Zemo and Monica Rambeau, and he fails Super Senses here, so we give them both tokens. Winter Soldier takes a shot at Carter. goes ahead and he hits her out, deals her 1 damage. We've got Loki taking out Mobius, and we've got Carter into Monica to do a couple points of damage, which should kill her right here. He does fail his shape change and super senses, and we try to incap Winter Soldier, which we succeed on with Miss Minutes with her bouncing all over the map. He shoots Carter with Zemo, does 2 damage to her. I hop Miss Minutes over so she can prop my Carter. Carter is throwing her shield at Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier is attacking the Carters. Loki goes to attack top Carter. He only needs a 5 because she's getting really low. Does 3 damage, and that does take her out. And then Sylvie goes to shoot the other Captain Carter. Needs a 6. She does hit, does 3 damage, which will then KO that Carter. And at this point, I know that I cannot win with Miss Minutes, regardless of how hard I try. So we just concede the game here, give him full point total. And that was the game.
After the pre-release event, me and Jordan were excited to continue building our teams with the new figures we had opened, including those new items. But it turns out in Heroclix, there's not only a pre-release event, but also a release event. So we came back the next week to try our luck at more packs and see what else we could open to try and improve our sealed pool from here. Wish us luck.
Alright guys, this is Disney Plus release day. I got 2 boosters here that are just as bad as the first 2 that I got. First one I open is Skinny Steve, Loki variant, Killmonger, Hayward, and Party Thor. Nothing to build around there. Nothing amazing. We go into pack 2 and we get a decent piece in John Walker, Captain America. We got the Photon, T'Challa, Star-Lord, Killmonger, and Winter Soldier. I ended up fielding a lot of pieces with the team of 2 Killmonger, Star-Lord, Party Thor, and John Walker was my ending choice.
Alright, we're back for the release event for Disney Plus. In my first pack, I got Scarlet Witch, Black Widow, Mobius, Darcy, and the Power Broker Prime, who we're building around today. In the second pack, we have Captain Carter, Vision, the Halloween Vision, Zombie Captain America, and Hunter B-15. Power Broker's ability is to give any adjacent ally an injection token, and then whenever she succeeds on her willpower roll, everybody else with an injection token removes an action counter from themselves, which allows Captain Carter, Halloween Vision, and Zombie Captain America, my main attackers, to keep attacking the entire game.
Alright guys, this is my game 3 of the second sealed event. We're running up both Killmongers, and Party Thor is going to carry this one up. T'Challa is going to carry the Captain America up, and then the other Killmonger is just going to run up the center. Just trying to close as much ground as possible. He TKs the Super Soldier Serum over to Sharon and has Sharon pick it up. Mobius gets the token for that. He then runs Gamora, daughter of Thanos, up. He runs Baron Zemo, the bad Baron Zemo, up, and Miss Minutes goes with him with Darcy. We try to do a leadership and a willpower. We succeed on the willpower with Thor and heal nothing. We go willpower with T'Challa or with Killmonger, and we get the willpower there. We then carry Cap up again with T'Challa. Move both Killmongers up. Second Killmonger does a running shot. And I get missed and do a prob to reroll. He super senses and fails, so I do 2 damage. And then we've got Thor running shotting on Gamora for 1. He goes, tries to roll a leadership and fails. The willpower succeeds on Sharon and brings Sharon up to attack the lower Killmonger. And hits, does some knockback, which is not ideal. The other one gets damage for 4, which is a big hit on him. Alright, so we go and we try to do some leaderships. We then move Killmonger up to attack Zemo. 7 and a 1. Then we bring in Party Thor to do a pulse wave, getting everybody that we can, hitting them all for 1, which is a big hit. We then run John Walker up. He flurries on Baron Zemo, trying to take out Zemo really early. We've got a leadership succession on Zemo. He fails it on Sharon. She outwits my defense with her Darcy. I miss my shape change, and Sharon misses the attack. He got sat on that one. He then goes and moves his Winter Soldier over to attack John Walker. I'm doing leadership chains here, and we miss both of them because they're bad leaders, but Party Thor has the willpower. He clears himself. Then we running shot up with T'Challa, do 3 damage to Zemo, killing Zemo. We then charge into Winter Soldier, do 2 damage to the Winter Soldier. We flurry, and then Party Thor does a running shot pulse wave, repositioning to only hit his guys. He willpower, succeeds. He rolls a leadership, succeeds. He moves Hunter B-15 to try to hit John Walker, succeeds, and then misses. And then we have Sharon trying to hit Killmonger, misses, and the Miss Minutes hits them both for an in-cap. We do our leaderships. We go and attack Miss Minutes. He makes me probably hit. He rerolls, I miss. We charge Miss Minutes. And this, I believe, puts him on his stop click for 3 damage. And then we run, adjusting. I'm putting my own Killmonger in the crossfire of that pulse wave to eliminate a good chunk of his squad. We running shot the Darcy with T'Challa, hitting her for 3, taking her off the board as well. We're just trying to clear out as many pieces as possible. We're going to try to do a leadership chain here with the Wakandans. Didn't get many of them. Party Thor runs over to Mobius and Sharon to do a pulse wave. Hits them both for 1. And then we have Killmonger charging B-15. We go and we hit for 3. Brings her down low. And then we go and charge the Winter Soldier with Killmonger. 10 into 18. I roll a 7. Come up short a couple times here. He has to clear. We try to leadership with T'Challa. And T'Challa is a very friendly guy. Good leader. And then we use T'Challa to running shot the Winter Soldier. We hit, and then we use the Killmonger to hit B-15. She sidesteps with Sharon, and then uses blades on T'Challa, doing 6 damage, which takes him out. And then B-15 takes out a Killmonger. And Killmonger attacks B-15 for 1. We single target Sharon with an attack, trying to just wipe her off the board. She dies. He's then just going all in on Killmonger, taking him off. We try to willpower, we fail. We hit Mobius for 2. He starts bringing everybody over to Thor. And then he's attacking me. He's praying for a crit because B-15 is the only one with high enough damage to actually do it. So he just plays into his crit. I pulse wave, dealing him each 1, killing Mobius. He gets 1 hit in with B-15, but I make that willpower, so I heal right back up. He shoots with the Winter Soldier. And we don't get hit. We take our willpower and we heal up back onto Pulse Wave. We Pulse Wave both of them. They hit for 1. B-15 dies. And then he checks Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier also dies here. And that's the game.
Alright, this is my game 1 of the Disney Plus release event. He has the 200-point Doctor Strange. It doesn't have the cloak, which I'm lucky for. But he's got this Scarlet Witch that whenever she successfully uses probability control on an ally, they get to remove their action token if they hit with the attack that she rerolled. For me, this is the long line in a list of lessons that I must learn about the game, almost all having to do with how positioning works, and in this game's case, how elevation interacts with positioning, and how it basically single-handedly loses me the game. Also that I leave my power broker just kind of out alone. Power Broker gives Sharon Carter the injection token, but it's not going to really matter because my Power Broker doesn't really do anything this game. He moves his Scarlet Witch into position to be able to see any attacks he wants to make with her probability control, and runs his Quicksilver up into my Power Broker. I succeed on my shape change, so he can't attack me and is just kind of stuck there, but since he moved next to me, he still gets to roll to give me an action token. On a 4, 5, or 6, I get an action token. This is one of the only times in the game that this triggers, unfortunately. I do dodge with Sharon Carter, and that leaves Mobius out in the wind. He re-rolls and he hits, so he does not get the action counter on his Doctor Strange. My Sharon Carter and my Zombie Captain America both have will powers, so they get to rolling and they both succeed. Good news for now. Vision carries Darcy over. Since he can fly, he can carry somebody around. Darcy outwits his shape change and perplexes down his defense to allow Zombie Captain America to charge in and get a cheeky little hit in. Even though we do land the attack and outwitted the shape change, he still has super senses on his top dial. Sharon Carter just has to kind of move in. She can't really get an angle on with her charge. She's 1 movement short, and Power Broker has to clear. Doctor Strange moves onto the elevated terrain, so it's a little hard for me to get to him, and he takes a pot shot at my power broker. I miss my shape change roll, which means she's dead. Yeah, she gets obliterated here. He does take the reroll to try and let the Doctor Strange remove its action token, and he succeeds, taking power broker off the map. I get some willpowers and some leaderships, all of which I miss, and then we just got to start picking apart this Ralph Boner guy, I guess. Move Darcy out with the thing that makes it hard for to hit, perplex down his defense, make attacks, and we got a big old Blades of 6 here, dealing some big boy damage to him. Put him on a stop click, finally. Sharon Carter moves in and misses her attack, and that makes it his turn. And now it's time for Doctor Strange to remove one of my support pieces again. This time, Darcy's on the hit list. She just dies. Quicksilver's up now, and he's just going to jump around Captain Carter to grab the Super Soldier Serum. And tries to attack my Sharon Carter. He does manage to hit, dealing 2 damage to her, dropping her down to one of her, I think she's off her reducer now. We hit our willpower, but we miss our leadership. And we run Zombie Captain America over. He's well out of charge range, so we just gotta sprint at him and tie him up in melee. Because the Doctor Strange has ranged combat expert, he's much better at making ranged attacks, but if he's got somebody next to him, he can't make ranged attacks. So we're just gonna try and stick guys next to him until it works. The Quicksilver runs over to my Sharon Carter to try and tie her up in the back line. He doesn't have a very high attack, but it's mostly about giving the action counter, which is technically a 50-50, but he doesn't seem to manage to hit it. He does make a melee attack with the Strange against 2 of my guys because he can target 2 things. Lets him reroll with the Scarlet Witch so he can deal some damage to Zombie Captain America. Scarlet Witch goes to mind control him, but misses, luckily. And Vision tries to attack Doctor Strange between his very high defense, his invincible status, which means he reduces all damage by 2, even penetrating damage, and the reroll from Scarlet Witch. It's very hard to actually hit this Strange for any meaningful amount of damage. And that's kind of where we're at. Scarlet Witch goes to attack Zombie Captain America, misses horribly, but gets the reroll on herself and does actually manage to hit. He rerolls for the final time to try and remove the action counter and does it that way, taking Zombie Captain America off the board. My other 2 guys have 2 tokens, so they must clear, and it goes back to my opponent. He does the Power Cosmic roll with Doctor Strange, which means he can't be outwitted, and he has built-in willpower, all on his team ability. Very powerful effect. And he starts attacking Vision. Vision is one of the Halloween sets, so he does have shape change his entire dial down, but I miss, and that allows him to take a hit. He's thinking about doing the probs right now and decides to commit to it, and does manage to hit my Vision. Puts him down onto his stop click. Quicksilver runs in and does actually manage to get a hit on Captain Carter, and after me being a little confused about the ruling on this ability, because at this point my mind was a little preoccupied with Doctor Strange shenanigans to actually remember how this ability worked. Now it's my turn, and I get to start attacking the Strange, but again, I need a 9 through at least 1 probs, and team probs as well, because he's got Mystics. I have Flurry, which helps, but I just keep missing my attacks. Vision's up, Vision's turn to make the attack, and we get very lucky and get the crit hit, dealing 2 damage into him. At this point, things are maybe looking up. Maybe if we can kill this Doctor Strange, the rest of his team blows over like a wind. He attacks with his Doctor Strange. He does get the hit, but he decides to reroll with Scarlet Witch to try and remove the action counter. And on the reroll, lucky me, he crits himself. So not only do I not take damage, but he also hurts himself 1. And now we feel like we might be able to actually do it. Scarlet Witch, however, mind controls my Sharon Carter and flurries into my own Vision, critting my own Vision, and the Mystic's damage hits back into Sharon Carter. So that's not good, because now Vision takes some more damage, and Carter takes some damage from hitting my Vision, and his whole team has Mystics anyways. So I don't think we can actually kill his guys at this point without suiciding my own. Quicksilver moves up, tries to attack the Carter, misses, doesn't give it the action token. I clear my guy, but at this point, the writing's kind of on the wall. I'm just throwing myself at this Doctor Strange, trying to get something down before time results in me losing the game. He gets some probs, he takes out my guys. I think he eventually drops Sharon Carter with this attack. Yep. And then it's just Vision versus the world, but Vision is a lonely little boy now that his teammates and family are gone, and he can't do it, so I just concede the game.
All right, we're back from the pre-release and release event for the Disney Plus. I pulled pretty well. I like what I pulled. Jordan, how'd you do?
I pulled dog shit.
You got a Thor. That goes with the other cool Thor.
Yeah, this Thor is dog shit.
Yeah, so I got the Doctor Strange Supreme, who's not...
His uncommon is really good. I didn't get anything near that.
He's really, really good in the seal. I don't think he's great for constructed teams, but this Agnes is, and she's a super rare, so I was excited for that. I also got this Spider-Man, who comes with the cloak, so now I actually have items, and the Strange can actually use the cloak as a Mystics team in with Blackheart, as well as the Agnes. So these 2 are actually allowing me to play Blackheart on a potential team now, because I didn't really have enough to build around him yet.
I got Miss Minutes. I was very happy about Miss Minutes. She can kind of just float all over the map and then add her probability control. Maybe if I open other mission point stuff, she'd be a good option.
I mean, if you manage to pull some more Darcys in an Asgardian team with 2 Darcys, that Party Thor and the Cool Thor at 200 doesn't seem awful.
I mean, it seems pretty bad.
It's not awful.
I mean, this Quicksilver is kind of better than that because at least he can just run around the map and then give things action tokens as an in cap.
Yeah, I got a Power Broker, which is very funny.
You got Power Broker Prime.
Yeah, Power Broker is the Prime. Sharon
Yeah,
Carter's
I
the
know,
non-Prime.
but yeah.
I got the Power Broker and the Super Soldier Serum. So now I have 2 items, which is very nice because I didn't have any items before. I don't think the Power Broker is going to fit any of my teams just because her keywords don't line up with anything. She doesn't really fit with Blackheart, and she's not an X-Men. That's kind of all I'm building right now is either Mystics or potentially a monster team with Blackheart. Right now it's a Mystics team because this whole set is Mystics. But we got Power Broker because she's cool. She's fun and limited. I lost all my games today, but it was fun.
You did not lose all your games. You beat me.
That's true. I lost almost all my games. For prizing, I was able to pick some X-Men that nobody else wanted. And these X-Men are very relevant for my team. This Storm is the Storm that I've needed to carry all my guys around. That's the one thing that team is missing. That team has like half flyers, but nobody can carry multiple people. And this Storm can carry 3 X-Men. Has to be X-Men. That's my whole team, so that's fine. So this Storm is a big pickup for me. This Kitty Pryde is interesting. She's probably just going to be a swap in for a map that my opponent takes me to a map that has a bunch of walls and stuff because she can turn off walls that are next to her. She's also got phasing, teleport, stealth, and leadership and perplex, as well as the Storm also has leadership, perplex. So that's cool.
I really wanted the LE for Disney Plus is a Doctor Strange that if he begins the Force can give the Defenders or Avengers Initiative team ability to something, so he works on the Avengers swap out team.
Yeah.
As a very weaker version of yours, but that would be something I could do, but did not get Avengers swap out. There's no Avengers in the set? That's not true. This Party Thor. How is this? I'm just for now reading this Party Thor. This Party Thor has never joined the Avengers, yet still has the Avengers keyword.
He's Thor. He's part of the Avengers.
He literally came to Earth at Viva Las Vegas. I picked up the Cap Shield because I got the John Walker.
Yeah.
So he comes with the shield. The shield's decent, I guess. Gives you +3 on energy shield deflection, which is good if that's relevant.
I mean, they're 5 points, and we don't have any items for any of our teams.
True.
So, like, if we're ever just like randomly 5 points short, which is gonna probably be a lot, we can just throw the item in.
One cool thing that I did pick up were these bystander prizes.
Yeah.
I was happy about this. It was 8 Batman and it's 8 Green Lantern on the back. They come with a con exclusive figure, and I wanted to pick it up just because of these things. They're kind of cool. And then we have Serpent Daredevil and Serpent Moon Knight. So as just cheap little bystander pogs. I mean, they're good. I can throw them on a force.
Being able to actually feel Blackheart is nice. Having that as an option, because that's realistically, that's probably my better team compared to my like a full power Blackheart team versus a full power swap out X-Men team. I think the Blackheart team is stronger, but the Blackheart stuff takes high rarity pieces, so I'm not sure I'm going to be able to pick up all of those quickly. So we're focusing on the X-Men team for now, going into the Blackheart team eventually. I think this Agnes is probably part of that full power Blackheart team. Honestly, she's really good. The summoning the Senior Scratchy is nuts.
She's really good.
Yeah, she's just nuts. She lets the Blackheart hit for 1 million. Currently with the Doctor Strange, she lets the Doctor Strange hit for 1 million as well. And you can just, the Senior Scratch, you can just be sitting next to both of them and do it to both of them. It's nuts. Got some nice upgrades for my X-Men, nice upgrades for Blackheart, some items. I was pretty happy overall.
Yeah, I mean, I had fun.
Yeah, it was a fun event.
We're gonna be next week going back to regularly scheduled builds.
Yeah, so we'll actually be able to run our constructed teams. The guys at the shop wanted to do a bit of a higher point game.
700 points, yeah.
Yeah, so we're running 700 points for the guys. We're gonna see if all else fails, I'll just run 700 points of X-Men and have like 20 guys on board. True. So if you can run your Thor at 300 and just like a bunch of other powerful stuff.
I wish that Thor had Avengers.
I'll hope to catch you guys next week. Peace.
Take it easy.